Welcome to day 22 of Stitchmas / Vlogmas. Thank you so much for joining me for another day. Now, how I'm going to start this video is I'm going to open my advent calendars. I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing, my homemade outfit, and to tell you what I've been working on and maybe other things that spring to mind. So I'll start off with what I'm wearing. And let me just move Harry over. He's still sitting there from yesterday. I've got Hermione. I am wearing my Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress. It's a lovely dress. I've got a lot to wear out, and I'll just pop those there actually. I've got a lot to wear out of this dress. Maybe I'll pop a photograph in, but I made it in this cosy colours. Where did I get it from? But do you know what? Loads of dressmaking shops have stocked this cosy colours sweatshirt in fabric, and I love this dress. It's really comfortable, and it's got like a band at the bottom, so hopefully, obviously I can't really stand in the photograph properly, and I wear it with tights. I've got some beigey tights on. Actually, these tights were missing and I found them yesterday when I was tidying around, because I prefer this colour tight with this dress, and I wear it with like beige Ugg boots, and I'll probably put on my gillet, my gilet, you know, over the top of it, and wear that today. I don't know what the temperatures are. Wow. It's 1 degree and it's going to be getting up to 4 degrees centigrade. And the time is, it's nearly 10:10 in the morning. And I'll tell you what our plan is for today as well. I knew other things would spring to mind. And actually, I've bought in the biscuits that my son and I were... Well, my son was doing the work. I was telling him what to do. I did have a little bit of help with the baking, but I must admit, everything... I was getting telephone calls. It was all going wrong. So when I mixed up the icing... for piping, it was coming out a bit thick, and then I was trying to add a bit of water into the piping bag, and then it was coming out a bit thin, and then I was like thinning out the icing for filling out, and it was too thick. So so yeah, and I was like trying to deal with phone calls and things. It was a bit of a nightmare, but basically this is all that is left. Are those iced? No, what it is, we left some iced and some uniced, because I know not everybody is always a massive fan of icing. This is all that's left, look, out of all those biscuits we made. So there was about 350 grams of flour. So yeah, and that's all that's left. Oh my goodness, the smell. Actually, this is a recipe that I've made for years. And I did get it off the internet, but it's not on the internet anymore. I've had a look at other ones, but they don't have as many flavours in them as these. So I just like go back to these. So if I ever lose my recipe, that's it. I'll be scuffed, because I won't be able to make them again. And actually, I couldn't find my recipe. My husband had moved it, and I nearly had a heart attack. So, and I did tell you about the sprout. My son wants his sprout. So if I want to do the sprout wreath with 5 sprouts on, I'm going to have to make another one, because if he wants the sprout that much, I'm not going to take it off him. He can have the sprout, like he had the voodoo doll, you know, not last Halloween, the Halloween before. So I've talked about what I'm wearing. What else did I say I was going to do? Advent calendars and what I'm working on. So I'll show you what I'm working on, which you can probably guess from yesterday. Now, you will have seen what it is. I told you about these shoes that always come off, but I was going to put some kind of enclosure on them, but in all honesty, I never really liked these shoes all that much anyway. But when I spotted the socks, I've absolutely fallen in love with these socks. So obviously yesterday I showed you that I made one, so I've started another. So this is how it's looking. Oh, it's all stuck so far. Right. Now, I have done it slightly different to the pattern. Now, if I'd have followed the pattern exactly like I did with that one, there would be a tiny hole there that I've got to stitch up after. But I've done a closed cast on, and I did it with these needles. Now it was a little bit tricky. I think it probably would have been easy to do the closed cast on with circular needles, just so you can pull the other needle out, so you're only left with a cord to give you a bit more room. But obviously I did it on these, so I couldn't do it. But so yeah, but you don't have to do that. It's such a tiny hole that you're self after, but I just wanted to have a go, and it won't look any different. Let me see which is the top and bottom of this sock. So if I close it, and you can kind of see then what we're dealing with. That's the toe. It looks quite wide, doesn't it, when it's flat, but when you've got a foot in it, so that's the top of the foot and that's the bottom of the foot. So obviously to start with, it just looks like this. That's the inside, that's the outside. So yeah, so if I get any chance today, it might be this evening, in all honesty, because what the plan is, it's my husband has properly broken up from work. Like, he might have to do things on the computer and stuff like that, but he won't be doing any physical graft kind of thing. So yeah, what we're going to do is last minute Christmas things today. So, and not all Christmas. We've run out of deodorant, we've run out of hand wash in the bathroom, we've run out of dishwasher tablets, you know, we've run out of things, and we've got to get some we normally get the neighbours' boxes of biscuits and things, so we've got to get the neighbours' gifts, write them cards out. I've only done family cards, and I'll be doing some neighbour cards. I don't think I'll be getting any other Christmas cards out. It's just, yeah, it's just, you know, I do know a lot of people, so you do kind of think, how many Christmas cards do we send out? And I just don't do any old writing, because I do calligraphy. I kind of go really fancy with my cards as well. So yeah, so it ends up being a bit of a big job, doesn't it, cards, you know. So but I've got out the family ones that I've got to post. So yeah, I don't, you know, some years I do better than others with cards. I don't know if you're the same. So that's kind of our plan, running around shops and basically everyday things, you know. And what I'm working on, when I get the chance, I'm going to carry on knitting my sock. My husband has informed me he's watching football at 8 o'clock, so that gives me a little bit of time. So I'll probably end up stitching knitting, but it would mean I could come in here, and I would like to, maybe I'll do this just after Christmas. I've always been meaning to make another South Bank sweater, but not the dress. There's a mini version of the jumper, and there's like a longer version. So I think the longer version would be quite nice if I want to wear it with leggings and maybe get my gilet, and maybe the cropped version if I want to wear it with jeans and maybe my mini jacket, my mini super dry jacket that my husband bought me for my birthday. So yeah, and I have got fabric in my stash, like jersey and stuff, so I could make another South Bank sweater. So maybe that will be my next garment, a South Bank sweater, not a dress. So either the cropped or the slightly longer one. So right, I'm going to do advent calendars now. Yesterday I was having a bit of a sort out, wasn't I? So I've taken all the gifts out of this hemline one now, and if you're wondering what this letter is from the Crafty So-and-So calendar, and it tells you all the contents. So I might have a look back at that once obviously Advent is over. And actually on the back of the hemline one, it actually tells you all the things you're going to get in this one as well. But what I've done is I've put all the remaining gifts into the Crafty So-and-So box. Gosh, my mouth is watering for gingerbread now. I think I'm going to have a coffee when I stop this video and have the gingerbread biscuit. I'm going to make the most of it because I don't think I'll be making them many times soon. I might make some other biscuits, I think, this, you know, for Christmas. So that is my hemline one, and I'll get the Crafty So-and-So. And that's the Crafty So-and-So. Oh, it feels like fabric. It does in the Crafty So-and-So. It's exciting. Right, I'll just put that on top of the biscuits for now. So let's open the hemline. Oh, it doesn't want it to open all that easy. It feels quite full, actually. It says sew on hook and loop. Ah, okay. So when I was growing up as a little girl, we always called this Velcro, but Velcro is a brand, so it's called Hook and Loop these days, and this is a sew-on version. I actually do prefer the sew-on version. I've had the sticky ones and they can be a little bit tricky. I think the sticky one, you wasn't meant to sew on top of it. They can be a bit tricky to sew. I actually prefer pure sew-on hook and loop, and this has got a home to go to, but I don't know, it might be over there. I might have left it in the hallway actually. I had a bit of a sort out. So yeah, that has got a home to go to. So I'll pop it in my rosy, my tub I made out of my salvages. I'll put it in there for now. More recycling. Do you know what? I said I was going to keep these. I ended up flattening them all yesterday and putting them in recycling, purely because I am a bit of a hoarder. I can see the worth in all kinds of rubbish and I end up keeping the lot. But I have to sometimes be realistic. How much stuff can I actually store? So I'm trying to be a little bit stricter with myself on, you know, disposing of things, you know what I'm saying? But I do try and recycle what I get rid of. Yeah, I'm a bit deadly really with keeping things. I think, oh, I could do something with that. Oh, it's lovely to see some fabric. Look, a lovely spotty green colour. That looks quite festive, doesn't it, with the green? And that lovely, it looks like almost like Tilda looking to me, that does. I know, I'm sure it isn't Tilda, but it has that kind of vibe to it. But lovely, those match together, don't they? I don't know how much there is. Mate, what it is, you know that little letter I was telling you about? I suspect it will tell you how much of something you got. But it looks like a fat quarter to me. Yeah, that's folded in half. It's and it looks like a British fat quarter, because a British fat quarter is larger than an American fat quarter, because our fat quarter is 1/4 of a metre. You know, so obviously your fat quarter is 1/4 of a yard, which is smaller. So I have found that in UK I've had fat quarters from different companies, and some of them give us American fat quarter and some give UK. So I'm delighted when we get a UK fat quarter. So bear that in mind, people, if you buy fat quarters. You know, if you've got a UK one, it will mean that if you measure along your selvage, it will be 50 centimetres. If it's smaller, it's not a UK one. So be wary of that, because obviously you've got to think of cost. Oh, do you know I was telling you where I got that sock yarn from? On eBay, and I told you what the name of the company was, and I said it was the word sole with LY. You could think it was like the sole of a shoe kind of sole. It's like the sole in your head kind of sole. That was the eBay seller. I just thought I'd mention that because I was watching my video back after and I thought, oh gosh, I probably should have said what kind of sole, not the SOLE, it's the SOUL. Right, okay. So we're going to do my calendar today. So it's day 22, isn't it? And there's nothing in the pocket, right? Now, it's not doom and gloom, is it, people, when there's nothing in the pocket? Because it means I can delve into the bag. Now, this is the last gift from Mary Angela, the final gift. But that will take me through, because I've actually put something in day 23. Look, I've got something in my box, and there's something in 24. And obviously, there is a day 25. In all honesty, there isn't 25 days in Advent. There's 24 days. So that's why some calendars you'll get 24, some 25. Obviously, to having 25, it's a bit of a bonus, isn't it? So yeah, I wasn't too fussed. I don't know if my boys, I think my youngest boys, I don't know, some of them have got a 25 and some of them haven't. I've actually run out of chocolates. I've got one more. I've got a chocolate lollipop I could put in their advent calendars, which is upstairs. But in my box now, there's only hot chocolates left, so I might grab some more chocolates today to put in the boxes. Now, look at this other tag that Mary Angela put on the final gift. This one is the largest. I've left the largest till last to have Bigger doesn't always mean better, does it? But yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? I've got a lovely little collection. I'll put that with the mittens. So I've got mittens, a sweater, a present and a hat. I feel like I want to keep those as decorations, you know. They're really, really lovely. I think the hat's twisted around. Actually, you might see that's poking out. When I was tidying around yesterday, I was thinking I'm going to put that badge I free motioned earlier on in the year. I'm going to put it on my notice board. I've ended up keeping it. I didn't end up sending it to anyone. I just loved it. Obviously, because I'm mad on bees and I free motioned that bee, I just wanted to keep it. So, look, take one last look at this gorgeous wrapping paper with the dogs and the cats on it. When I first glanced at it, I only saw cats. But, see, there's lots of cats, but there are lots of dogs on it as well. So that's exciting, isn't it? I've not been messaging Mary Angela. I've just been letting her watch my videos so she can see when I open it. So what I'll do is when I know she's commented on today's video, because this is the final one, I'll when I know she's seen it, I'll message her and have a little chat with her. Oh my goodness, I can see something else with a cat on it through here. Oh gosh, okay. I'll put that paper down there. Oh my god, it's got plastic on it. I might cut the rattling out. It says this plastic, this bag is biodegradable. I really love to see that. So look, this bag is biodegradable there. Look, that's really good, isn't it? I wonder if you just put that in your domestic waste, maybe. Do you know what? There is a bag recycling at my local Morrison's where you can put bread bags and things. And maybe, I don't know if you can recycle it, but maybe I'll try putting it in there. Some tissue. Can you see? Look. Can you see some little cats in there? Oh, Mary Angela, it's absolutely gorgeous. I bet you've made this, haven't you? Mary Angela has made this. And I know, do you know how I know? Look at the fabric, look. Oh, that is gorgeous. Do you know what? I know what I'm going to keep in here. But it does feel like there's something in it. Look at this. Do you know I was showing you what I had in my advent calendar? Where I've put the that kitten stitch and that needle gauge thing. I hooked it on that. I might re-hook them on here. It's got a hook on there, look, with a tab. That's gorgeous. And look on here. She's got her own label. Look, aren't you professional, Mary Angela? Do you sell your makes, do you? Look, Mary Angela makes. Mary Angela, have you got like a craft website or a page or something? Do you know if anyone wants to purchase anything from you? Do you sell your makes? Because I think my viewers might be really interested to know that. If Mary Angela gets back to me, I'll let you know if she sells my... Oh my goodness. Now Mary Angela knows I'm on a little bit of a sock knitting journey. And look at this. It's the West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply yarn, which is absolutely perfect for sock knitting, and even the composition, because it's 75% wool, so that's your lovely soft wool, and it's 25% nylon, and that's obviously for the durability. So on what the washing instructions, you can wash at 30 but no tumble drying. Oh, thank you so much, Mary Angela. Look how festive they look. Oh, do you know what? Do you know, if I'd have opened this sooner in my Stitchmas, Mary Angela, if I'd have opened this first, I think I would have attempted to knit some socks for this Christmas, you know, some more Christmas socks. But this is, maybe I'll keep this one for maybe later next year. So start working on some Christmas socks in the autumn maybe, or even the summer, depending on how the year goes. Obviously, I'm not going to attempt knitting another pair of Christmas socks now. You know, it's taken me long enough to do a dull pair of socks, isn't it? But oh, thank you so much. So that's going to go in my sock knitting. I'm just wondering, do you know that yarn I got from eBay that's, I think it's 4-ply. I've not took it upstairs yet. I'm just wondering if it is similar thickness. Yeah, you do worry sometimes. So I'm going to have lots of lovely homemade socks, aren't I, next year? Because I've got some other socks I would really like to, I haven't mentioned this actually, what kind of socks. I'd really like to do some Valentine socks, right? Something really, like for myself, something, you know, lovely. And I've got a pattern in mind, but I'm thinking of mixing it up with another pattern. But I'll talk about that in the new year. But then I probably was thinking about working on these. And then I think it might be these. So I've gone from not really having much in the way of being able to do the sock knitting to all of a sudden I'm starting to have things. That's amazing. And there's one more thing in here. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, that's lovely. Now, Mary Andrea, I will admit, right, I'll be totally honest with you. I started some English paper piercing. Let me get it. Hang on. This is my EPP project, right? Look. I cut all those cardboard pieces out, probably not suitable. It's only craft card, out myself, right? And I made this. Now, what it was supposed to be, right? It was going to eventually make up a square, and I was going to turn it into the front cover of a fabric book for keeping my patchwork blocks in. So it's bigger than 12 inches. So, you know, if I made 12-inch quilt blocks, I was going to make a wadding book, and this was going to be the front page. But I never ended up finishing. I know I've got some of the bits. I taped them on, look, and I lost them, and I don't know what the fabric is. So I don't think I'll ever get to finish this, because I don't think I'll be able to complete it. Not unless I basically picked off all the outer pieces and then framed it with something else. This might be a UFO that never ever gets complete, right? Unless I found all them blocks for it, right? I'll let you know how many I have got, but I don't think I've got enough. So I did vow to myself I'll never do EPP again, right? But this is EPP, right? But look, that's achievable, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I could do that, Mary Angela. I will do this, right? Despite what I've said, that I'm never doing EPP again. I'm more of an FPP kind of person. Nor regular patchwork and quilting and FPP, not EPP. But do you know what? I will do this. I don't mind a 6-block EPP. That is achievable, isn't it? And you can actually, that's the whole thing. It's all in there. So yeah, I'm guessing all the paper pieces, fabrics and instructions are included. So I'm supposing all you'd have to do is hoop it up. So that is absolutely gorgeous and so festive. And you know what? Thank you so much, Mary Angela, because I would probably never have a complete EPP project to share on my social media, because I probably would never have done one, because I never completed that. It's a bit of a disaster. So you might have brought some little life into my life, that I've done an EPP project that I actually finished. So that's good, isn't it? So thank you so much for that. But yeah, I just wanted to be totally honest with you, so you know the situation, right? But this is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. And look, it ties up. It's so gorgeous. So what I'm going to do actually, I am going to put the project I'm working on at the moment in there to keep it nice and safe, and I'm going to put my sock yarn upstairs. Those things that Mary Angela, they were in my advent calendar the other day. You wouldn't have seen this. I've put them on the shelf here, so I'm going to put those there. So please, if I ask anybody where did I put them, I've put them all there, the things I've got to work on. But the sock yarn is going in my sock knitting bag upstairs, and this is obviously coming back upstairs. I love the fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous, it is. Look at the little balls of yarn. That's exactly what they like to do. Bella's always got her eye on my knitting. My cats have got in my knitting before. I had a basket, like a wicker basket, and I came in, I was like, oh my gosh, what has happened to my knitting? And it was just, oh yeah, I had a big clean. This was years ago when I used to have this as a living room, and I kept the basket in here and the cat's gone in. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? So yeah, I'm very careful now where I keep my knitting away from the cat. Sometimes Bella tries to sit on my lap while I'm knitting, and she's nutting my hands and things like they do. Give me attention. So thank you so much for joining me so far in this Stitchmas. Maybe I'll try and get some footage while I'm out and about, but what I'll do is, if I do it, I'll have to do it before we start buying anything, because obviously once my hands start filling up, and I have to wear my gloves because of my Reynards, I have to wear my gloves because obviously I won't be doing anything. I won't be able to help at all. I won't be able to hold a bag if my fingers start going numb, will I? So anyway, thank you so much for joining me so far. I am absolutely dying for a drink now. I'm going to have a coffee and a ginger biscuit and see how my husband's getting on, and obviously spray my hair, a bit of hairspray, let my hair down, and off we go shopping. Wish me luck, and I'll wear my Ugg boots so no blisters. So thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye. Right, welcome back. Now the time is, now it's really late, I'm coming back to you. It is actually 10:10 because we went to see the new Spider-Man movie, and it was basically a 7 o'clock showing. But you know what it's like, they have all the ads on, don't they, for about half an hour, and then there's the movie and then the drive home and everything. So I hope you've seen the bits of footage I've managed to take today. I felt a bit of a dipstick actually, like getting my phone out, because obviously Christmas shoppers and everything, and then there's me getting my phone out trying to film things with, you know, my husband and my family and things. I think I must aggravate them. They just laugh at me really, but they know what I'm up to, so it's quite funny. But yeah, so I hope you've seen a little bit of that, and I'm itching to go and relax and things. I've just literally walked through the door. I've still got my handbag on, and yeah, so basically what we did, nip home. So we've been in our local town twice because we've went to do some shopping, been home, wrote cards out to the neighbours. We'd bought them gifts, wrapped gifts for them, so we've just got to drop those tomorrow to the neighbours and things, and had dinner, and then we went back out. So we had lunch at Yakanori, but we had dinner at home because we went to the Co-op really early this morning, and before we went shopping. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a crazy day. The only time we've really sat down was literally in the cinema, so I'm looking forward to sitting in my own home now. So I'm going to have to go upstairs now and basically piece all the bits of video together that I've done today. And one thing I haven't filmed yet at this present moment in time is my husband opening his advent calendar. Now, can you believe it? He's had post-it pads, although they're very useful. He's had them 3 days in a row, so it's weird, isn't it? He had all those stickers day after day, then he had 2 stamps 2 days in a row, and now 3 post-it notes. So what on earth is he going to get tonight? Who knows? So what I'm going to do now, I'm clocking off, you know, it's rather late, isn't it? And I'm still in the same outfit. I've been in the same clothes all day, so I'm looking forward to just getting into my pyjamas now. That's what I hope for. And so I'm going to leave you with my husband opening his calendar, so I'm looking forward to filming that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.